Okay, so this is a little bit of an interesting situation, and even so much to a point where when I opened Arsenal this morning to start recording the background footage for this video, instantly, the second I joined the server right off the bat, I saw people discussing this specific issue that I knew that I was going to be recording today, which is, I've never seen that happen before, so I can only assume that this is actually a pretty widespread issue, and especially amongst people who play games like Arsenal, because what we're talking about today, what we are taking a look at, is the Roblox FPS Unlocker, and of course, the main people that seem to use that, I've noticed, is people who play Arsenal, or basically other games along those lines that you're going to be better at if you have a higher FPS. And for a reason that I have absolutely no idea of, Roblox caps out at 60 FPS, at 60 frames per second. I've never known why they do that, and I never will know why they do that. And I just cannot understand why, even today, 2021, Roblox continues to have a maximum of 60 frames per second no matter what game you are playing on the platform. So yeah, basically what the Roblox FPS Unlocker is I believe it's an extension. I think many people have noticed that I personally do not have it because the amount of comments I get telling me, Chloe, you should download the FPS Unlocker. Chloe, have you heard of the FPS Unlocker? Yes, I have heard of it. Thank you ever so much for your comments. I don't know if I'm going to download it, but I have definitely heard of it. And I guess the most basic explanation I can give you is FPS Unlocker is literally what it says on the box. If you install the Roblox FPS Unlocker, basically what it's going to do is remove the cap that Roblox has of 60 frames per second, so you can go up to whatever your PC and whatever your monitor is going to allow you to go up to. If you want your frames per second to go up into the hundreds whilst you're playing Roblox Arsenal, then so be it. You can have that with the Roblox FPS Unlocker. I'm assuming, anyway. Like I've said, I've never installed it myself, so I don't know too much about what's going on in there. But basically, yesterday I saw a tweet and it says, looks like the Roblox FPS Unlocker doesn't work anymore, sadly. Some people are having trouble due to the lag and the FPS Unlocker not working anymore. Some people are also upset because it helped them a lot. That makes sense. Obviously, it's made to help people. Of course, people are going to be upset if it's no longer helping them. But like I said at the beginning of this video, the second I joined Arsenal this morning, I noticed right away people were talking about this in the chat. Basically, it went as follows. I decided to screenshot a little teeny tiny bit of their conversation, so I hope these people don't mind. But the first person said, 60 FPS is so bad, then get an FPS Unlocker. It doesn't work. That's sad. Yeah, that was the basic premise of their entire conversation. No explanation as to why it doesn't work was given out, and the other person in the conversation didn't even ask why it doesn't work, but based on all of this news that I'm finding out, I can only imagine that this is why that person's FPS Unlocker just magically stopped working for them. Update, according to JMK Dev, this is most likely why the FPS Unlocker is broken. We will have to wait for the developers to fix it, sadly. I mean, obviously it's kind of upsetting and a lot of people are very not happy with this situation, but the fact that the developers can fix it and the developers are going to fix it, I think that within itself is all people need to know. Like, this problem is going to be temporary and it's not forever, so don't be too upset about it. But the screenshot, it says, what happened? They modified the client, it broke the unlocker. It's almost 100% likely that this was not on purpose. Rather, it was just a separate rendering change that messed it up. So yeah, those are words and that's an explanation that I don't personally understand, but if you do understand it, then please feel free to decipher this in the comments below. But I mean, all we need to know right now is the FPS Unlocker broke, it stopped working. But just going off of the tweets that the RTC was putting out and just going off of what other people were saying about this, I can only assume that this is a temporary issue, like I said, and the developers are going to work on it and hopefully fix it for everyone pretty soon. But all of that, and I guess everything surrounding that situation, it got a little quiet until 4 AM this morning. The RTC continued and said the FPS Unlocker is fixed. The reason why it took so long was because Austin's house was struck by lightning and had no connection with the internet. Here is the full screenshot. I assume that Austin is the person who created the FPS Unlocker, and I just have to say that That is very unfortunate, but in the update notes, it says, "I apologize for the delay. My house was struck by lightning." Literally, that's I'm sorry, that's so unexpected. Like, the whole entire reason that a developer didn't put out an update for an extension that they had created was because their entire house literally just got struck by lightning. That is, like Kaneko Kitten said in the replies, that is a very specific situation. But yeah, I think it's kind of hard to tell what is actually going on with this right now, because obviously that was at 4 a.m. this morning, and that was the RTC saying that the FPS Unlocker had been fixed, but the people talking about it being broken in Arsenal was actually a few hours after that tweet. So I don't know, maybe it works for some people, it doesn't work for some people, or maybe those people just haven't updated it right now. I have absolutely no idea. It's kind of difficult for me to personally tell because I don't have it. But yeah, just going off of the whole situation and the ending to this, I would say that even if your FPS Unlocker still doesn't work right now on Roblox, just give it a little bit of time, and absolutely please have some empathy for the situation, because the developer's house got struck by lightning, and that was basically the entire reason that it took so long to get fixed. So one more time, please make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe, because I will always appreciate the love and support that you guys give me, and you know what? It helps me out a lot. But let me guessing of the Roblox FPS Unlocker temporarily breaking because the developer's house got struck by lightning. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.